Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
That's right.
It's true. As long as we got Fastcart, then everything else is fine. So, hey, Fastcart.
And it was really brave of Eris to confide to all of us before we went live about how he feels that teachers are all overpaid idiots and that we should just get rid of them all. They're just a complete waste of space, and teachers complain and bitch too much, and there is just no point to having them in society. And Eric and I were shocked and absolutely appalled at his views.
I mean,
when are we going live anyway?
First. Teachers are first, nurses are second. We all know my views on nurses. That. No. Yes. Old people are the only people that matter, and they're the last ones we should get rid of. First, we should get rid of teachers.
No. What you said was that we should round up all the old people in the world, throw a great big pile of skins in the middle of the North Pole, leave them on the coast, give them a knife, and then just let them fend for themselves. That was your retirement plan. I thought it was wasteful.
Did I ever tell you about
damn.
Did I ever tell you about the
school project
that I had in high school to create a society, and we based our. I think I've
refresh our memory.
There was something weird about it.
Yeah, it was a couple weird things. The leader was whomever could drink the most mercury and survive.
Ooh, I like it.
That's the entire.
That's China.
Wasn't there an ancient Chinese dynasty that did that?
Yeah, totally.
Basically, look, we're there are no good ideas. Everything is cribbing on something else.
Recycled,
everything's recycled. But then our economy was going to be based entirely on the corpses of children. So the goal was to have as many children as you could, and then build your homes out of child bones. And also, they would be built by child labor. We got an A.
What kind of grade did you get on that?
We got an A.
You got an A? Wow.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Did you get like the letter A, or did the teacher look at it and go, A?
A. In Canada, an A is an E, right? An A, E, A. No. The teacher liked what we did because we were, detailed and explained the reasoning behind all of our decisions, and it was creative and it was outside the box. Like everyone else was like, we start a democracy, but with more power to people. Okay, how? No. We went all in. Dictatorship run by whomever can drink the most mercury. We didn't half-ass this shit. Yeah.
I like this project. That would be the most fun project as a teacher, because you get to see all of the super unhinged crap that kids can.
Well, I think the problem is that most people tempered their unhingedness, and we dove right in.
Yeah, apparently.
I love how I just skirt the line. Like I really go up to I pushed the line, but you're just like, I don't fucking care.
I don't. So I wanted to actually do a little talk about work here at the beginning, because I've had a hell of a time with work, and it's unclear. I've been working for the last couple of years in sustainability. It's unclear if that's going to continue or not next year. A lot of drama and stuff, and I don't want to lose my job in sustainability. Because I'm the international expert of some form in it. Where's my response to that?
Hey, Philostan, how are you? What's new with you?
Hey,
what's going on with you?
Right. Oh, no. Where did it go?
Did they delete your entire email account?
No, it's just... there it is. Basically, what I did is I sent to my one, I went way too high up. I sent over to the deputy minister, who's right under the minister.
The
that
minister
go?
of what?
Treasury Boards of Canada.
The what?
And I...
Ow! For fuck's sake!
Oh, no.
I hurt my
shit.
back literally right before we went live.
Oh, no.
Standing
Oh,
up.
sorry. Oh yeah, it's always
Yeah,
nice
that's
when your
how-
body
that's how it
can't
happens.
stand anymore. God damn it.
I,
What was the
I-
what was the minister department bollock thing?
Treasury board.
Seriously?
Treasury Board.
Treasury board. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Treasury.
And the deputy minister basically said, nice plan, but you can work on sustainability for 10% of your time in the coming year. And I was like, no. So I sent the most
What are you
passive aggressive
supposed to do with the
email
other
I've ever sent.
90%?
Work on other stuff. But
Like what? Unsustainability.
Yes.
basically, yeah. It's
So that's
frustrating
basically
to
like
see.
saying, yes, okay, you can have your little project now. Run off
Yeah.
and do some real work. Basically,
It's
isn't it?
frustrating to see that demonstrably saving the government of Canada $4 million a year during a time of fiscal restraint was not enough to secure my position. I had hoped that creating an international center of expertise and removing the greenhouse gas equivalent of 10,000 vehicles from the road per year during the existential ecological threat of climate change would have
Question.
made enough of an impact.
Quick,
Perhaps I should have
10,000
aimed
vehicles. Where are they
Yeah.
going to park, though? Where are they gonna put-
higher.
David's
Anyway.
backyard.
Yeah. But anyway, bunch of stuff's happening. I'm gonna find out hopefully Monday. I've got another meeting Monday to see if my work gets to continue. But I wanted to apologize to everyone because my entire headspace has been this the last couple of weeks, and I haven't been I don't know, sane enough to do the show.
Well, it wasn't just
I
you.
don't think that's the right
we
word.
we were all pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also busy. So
Anyway, it's been a time, and
I just
wanted
felt
to
like dirt at
apologize.
times. I'm sorry.
I want to apologize because we haven't done as many shows this year as we probably should have, and with any luck, things will turn around next year, and we'll be around more.
So we apologize to the 5 of viewers, 3 of which are us.
I don't view us, so
You do. You count as the broadcaster.
my
is it
my
only
Twitch
if I
is
have it
just-
open?
Oh no, we have 8 people. Come on, what are you talking about here? Jeez.
Who cares about how
I
many
can't
people we
count
have?
that high.
We have a
I
full
don't
stand
care.
and we have a fast cart. That's all I care about.
That's true.
Plus the
And where's Clark
Our
Light? I haven't seen
wonderful
him
user
fucking
base.
ages.
we
I
should
don't
probably send him a message. Carbide, come watch the damn show.
What other names do we remember? I don't
Oh,
remember
that's
many.
a long show.
I don't know, but you said what other names do we remember? And for some reason, my mind was like Pickle Me Elmo, which isn't someone's name. My mind was just
Oh.
like, what name do you Pickle Me Elmo?
Brains are
Which
weird.
I think
Thanks
would
for that
I think that would
input.
actually
So
be a great
useful.
that
Yeah,
would
right?
be a great
It was pretty
username.
useful.
Wouldn't that
No,
be-
Fullest End, that's
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about
that's
Star
fair.
Citizen. We can't do that for the first 20 minutes of our show.
Yeah,
Not
sorry. It's
Yeah,
we're-
because
it's
that's when
written
it
into
feels
our,
like work.
it's written into our contract that we can't start talking about Star Citizen until at least 15 minutes past the hour. So
Some weeks this is literally our social life. Some weeks.
Uh huh.
yes.
Uh huh.
Well, I mean, no, I've got children, but
No. I'm sorry. Children,
Doesn't
your
really count.
own children. No, children should never count as your social
I
life.
think children counts as an antisocial life.
yes. Do wives
I'm not
count as
answering
social
that one,
life?
Fast Cat.
No.
Okay. Then yeah, no social life. 0. Actually, no. Funny enough, part of the reason I've been
You have
so
to interact with
exhausted is
people
I've been
outside
going into
your house.
office. Well, I've been going into the office a couple of times for these meetings about my job, and I like, holy fuck, I forgot how exhausting it is to have to like take public transit and survive in an office. I hate it.
Yep.
With a passion.
I know. I had the same experience. Had to work on site
It's-
a bunch recently, and I'm like, wow, this is not anywhere near as fun as working at home.
It's the worst.
Yeah. Oh man.
My job doesn't need it. Why do I have to go in?
Nope.
Anyway,
Hated mine most
anyway,
of the time.
So I do want to talk really quickly about the Game Awards before we get into Star Citizen.
Ooh,
I
were there
don't know
awards?
if there were awards.
Oh, that's good.
Astrobot won Game of the Year, which
saw
I
that.
can't comment on because I haven't played it.
Yeah, neither have I. I've seen that
I've never
it's.
even fucking heard of it.
I've seen that it's highly rated. That's all about. That's the only thing I really know about it.
It's a platformer, Shiver, but it's a platformer that pays homage to 30 years of PlayStation history and like.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds
yeah,
good, but
that explains why I've never heard of it.
yeah. But
The only thing I
Helldivers
heard
2
about
won
the
Best
Game Awards-
Multiplayer. What's that?
What was that?
Helldivers 2 won Best Multiplayer, which made me happy. What did you hear?
The only thing I even heard about the Game Awards was the Witcher 4 cinematic,
Yep.
which I am already
yeah.
extremely excited for.
I also saw that. And there's two trailers that the discourse has filtered down to me. Yeah, Intergalactic is one of them, and the other is Witcher 4, where again certain corners of the internet are extremely angry that
Bears.
there are female characters in them, and yeah, I don't know. I just
On the
Thanks.
plus side, the YouTube comments on that trailer were, "Oh my god, it's Siri! That's awesome!"
yes.
So I was happy
Um,
about that. I
actually-
there will always
I-
be corners of the internet that are festering, unfortunately.
3/5 of them. I didn't like
hang on,
Witcher
hang on.
3.
Basically, you could say that there is a
Yeah.
group of people that have watched that trailer and they have come back with the question, why so serious?
Yes.
Excellent. Carry on.
I know you didn't play The Witcher 3 because you didn't like Geralt, so I'm actually curious if
Yeah.
you like this one.
I'm really curious too. I hope I will.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope that CD Projekt Red can recover. And it's
think
just
they-
weird because Cyberpunk is like a good game. It just had such a horrific launch, and was not what they really like said it was going to be, which was another big problem. But if you actually play it, it's fun. Like
It's the problem with Cyberpunk is, and I think they tried to temper it a bit
like right before launch, yeah.
right before launch, but they sort of overpromised, and people
Oh, yeah.
definitely overhyped. People thought it was
Mhm.
going to be more, and were setting this expectation in their heads, rightly or wrongly. And some of it is rightly. Some of it, like CD Projekt talked about it and then sort of never again. But also, it's we as gamers, the proverbial we, overhyped it. It's a good
Of
game.
course, yeah.
If you
Yeah.
didn't go in expecting the best game ever, it's a good game. And the same has happened recently
Well-
with
And as long just one comment.
yeah.
Also, if you were playing it on a platform where it actually performed, because
Yes.
some of them were, as we've saw, downright like straight
Yeah.
up unplayable.
It shouldn't have launched on the old
Yep.
Xbox systems. Like, just should not have. But the same sort of happened with Dragon Age Vanguard recently, which
Veilguard, you
all
mean?
of the Veilguard, yeah, sorry. of all the games that I've played this year, and even Indiana Jones, which I really, really like, I think it's excellent. I'm still like, okay, no, I've got to go back to it and beat it, right? Like I'm pushing myself to go back to Indiana Jones to keep playing it because other things grab my attention. I've got, you know, the brain span of a fucking squirrel.
Squirrel!
Veilguard, yeah. Veilguard, I couldn't put down. All I wanted to do was it grabbed me so well. It was the only game this year that really, and I know that, like, Shiver, I know your experience is completely different. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not disagreeing because it's your personal experience, and I can't sit here and say anything bad about the game. It just,
yeah.
Anyway, I haven't even.
I'll report back what I think too
Frostpunk
whenever I play it.
I want to know what you think. I tend to like games more than the average person. I like games. They all make me happy.
Shiver, what were you saying about Frostpunk 2?
I've been playing that instead.
Ooh,
oh
nice.
yeah, yeah. I finished that game. I finished the story and then I went and finished the sandbox mode too. I liked it quite a lot. It was, I think they deviated a little bit too much from the original, but it was still good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a different take. It's not something. If you were a fan of Frostpunk 1, don't pay full price for Frostpunk 2. Get it in the Christmas sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
again, I don't really buy games at full price anymore.
Yeah. I also wanted to highlight
Warrior Clans.
This year, 2024, was a pretty good year for games. It was all right. I still think everyone should go play Star Wars Outlaws. I think that got, again, a lot more bad rap than it deserved. I think it's the best Star Wars game, personally.
Ever?
But
wait,
yes.
I thought, oh shit, I thought Hot Fuzz was the best Star Wars game.
Oh, good.
No, unfortunately, Hot Fuzz, it doesn't break into video games, unfortunately. I wish it did.
Oh, okay.
We'll
try one day to fix. We'll work on a link somehow.
Okay, David, I just came up with this is your thing. This is what you're going to spend the next 15 years doing. You're going to make the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy of video games.
I would love that. I would do that in a second.
I thought all of them were a nightclub fast car. I thought all of them were an epileptic fit waiting to happen, to be quite frank. Jesus Christ.
I don't think there's a novel about it, but there is a book called Studying Hot Fuzz. So can Hot Fuzz also be the best book ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
No, anyway, I wanted to say that 2025 is, at least right now, looking pretty good, and I'm excited for more games.
How about that 2026 though?
Yeah. What is coming out? There's a couple that I'm really looking forward to. I don't have the list in front of me though.
Death Stranding 2, Doom: The Dark Ages, the Ghosts of Yotai.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4.
One of the
Fable
ones that
is supposed to be out next year.
Yes, Fable.
Anno. A new
Monster
Anno
Hunter
game
Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds looks phenomenal. I cannot wait for that. One of the things I was actually most excited for in the Game Awards that looks best to me is called Dispatch. You play as it's a superhero workplace comedy. You are like a police dispatch person, only for superheroes, and you have to assign superheroes to different like calls.
Okay, that sounds good.
It looks really cool. I think it's done by the people that did The Wolf Among Us, possibly. No, it's Anyway, it looks really cool, and I want to play
Yeah.
it. It looks really good.
Malchieri said Civ 6 as well. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
Civs-
Hopefully, Civ 6. We'll see.
I mean, I've owned almost every single Civ game at some point.
I do.
It does.
own
I
every
buy
single
them all.
Civ game.
I buy.
You mean
them.
Civ 7, right?
Yeah, because Civ 6 is out.
Yes.
Oh,
Civ
yeah.
7
Fucking
Civ
hells, bells.
Civ 7's due out February 11th.
I started losing track of it around. When
3?
was Leonard Nimoy
3?
the narrator? Was that 5?
I don't
Was that
know.
4? But after that, it gets a bit muddy. I think 5 was the one where they also came out with Beyond Earth on the same engine.
Civilization 4
4.
was narrated by Leonard Nimoy.
Funnily enough, 4 is where I started. Actually, I didn't actually start Civ games until 4, or no, maybe 3. Maybe it was 3.
I think I played 3. I've played all of them since 3.
Anyway,
but
we are
Fuck me.
we are now 1/4 of our way into our show.
oh, we can talk about Star Citizen.
So we're going to talk
Which
about Civ
means-
1 and the experience you
sure.
missed.
Yeah,
Like, the reason to this day I will still build a coastal city, make a fucking granary first, every time, because Civ 1,
That's funny.
you can't do the trick where you put the
Habitual.
trireme on the North Pole to get around the globe anymore. Well, you probably could, but they changed it.
I really liked it when
That's-
Civ
you can have-
started adding climate change disasters.
You know, they didn't do enough with it, though.
They didn't. They didn't.
That could have been really cool.
Winter kills me.
I've been really enjoying Stellaris, but that I can see the downside being like, oh my god, the DLC is as bad as The Sims, and it is, but it does add a lot. Some of it.
Oh, we got to give call out. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
is on the schedule for February. I hope
yeah.
that it's a good sequel.
I hope so
They
too.
They did get sold after the first one, so I don't know if it will be or not, but I hope it is.
Is it the same developers?
Yeah, I believe so, but they got sold to Sony, I believe, after the
Whatever.
first game. Like the dev studio got sold.
Oh yeah, Okami 2. That's exciting. Though I've never I've tried playing Okami like 3 or 4 times and never really got into it, but it does have such a beautiful art style. Do you not know what Okami is, Shiver?
No.
You are a wolf god, and
Pardon?
you attack
I'm
with
sorry. That was. Do you know what Okami means? Or at least one of the meanings, depending on the kanji. It's just like innkeeper, kind of. And so you
yeah.
could just suddenly start. So you're this wolf god, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't where I thought this was going to start. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently another meaning of it is wolf.
Oh, okay. Okay. Must
And then
be
it can be
down to different
pronounced as
kanji.
great god. So you're a great wolf deity, but you like attack and do everything with a giant paintbrush. And it's
Oh,
all
cool.
about like Japanese like ink painting and art, and there's like painting and art throughout the game as you sort of like paint the world. Anyway, it's really interesting game. It's
Painting.
old now.
Why would I want to do that?
Yeah, 2006. Wow, that was a while ago. God. What else? Anyway, yeah. So we haven't done a Star Citizen show in a bit.
Oh yeah, is that
4.0.
7,000 years.
It's been 97 years.
Yeah, it's been 97 years. That's right.
Is that the number that she gives? What's it? Or is it like 87 or 93? What's the hell's the Titanic number that she says?
88 years, I believe. 84 years. It says
84.
It's been
Okay.
84 years.
Yeah. It's a
what? Is something Canadian happening right now?
No, it's a famous quote from Titanic. It's been 84 years.
It was only the biggest movie in the world for like 20 years.
Never watched it. Don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's a movie.
If I'm going to watch something about the Titanic, I will watch an actual documentary rather than. I know James Cameron went to all these events. I would rather watch a documentary than a fucking story.
Fair enough.
He did a really good job of like some of the like the parts of it and making sure that everything broke apart as it did. Like he did a really good job.
That was the thing. He just stood there and let it happen. He didn't help anyone when it was going down, did he? The motherfucker.
No, he didn't even make a big enough door.
The door was plenty big, I'm told.
Yes, it was.
It was 100%.
Maybe he should have tried knocking.
Well, they should she should have just slipped off the door, and they both could have hung on to it.
Why could you just opened it and he could have got on the other side?
There were a million options. So where did we leave off in Star Citizen? I feel like I'm about to where did we leave off in our story last week? Oh, that's right. Chris Roberts.
I watched The Princess Bride last night. You're channeling.
Wow, you're trying pretty hard to be a DM right there. That was good. That was your DM voice.
No, actually, that was I'm reading to my 5-year-old or telling stories to my 5-year-old son voice.
Yeah, it's your DM voice.
I got it right.
That's usually how it goes for the party.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
About the emotional.
So anyway, so the Dread Pirate Roberts was climbing up this rope. The Spaniard was waiting at the top, and he initially promised
No.
help him up.
Release was waiting at the top, but the rope just kept getting longer and longer and longer, and the Dread Pirate Roberts was making no progress because he kept adding new segments of rope to the game rather than building it.
Oh, right, that's where we're going. Okay.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. I was here as the Princess Bride.
Dread Pirates Roberts, Chris Roberts. It's the same name, Shiver.
The Princess Bride.
It was the same name.
Man. No, those are just you just went and ruined. That was just too much, man. That was the Princess Bride.
You read the Princess Bride book? Have you read the novel?
No, Peter Falk read it to me.
You should read the novel. The novel's excellent.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure the same for the Neverending Story. It's just, I literally have to read rule books and shit first and foremost, constantly, all the time. So it kind of gets a bit weird now when I read a normal book and I'm like, when the dice roll's happening? Oh, yeah.
There's some Terry Pratchett books that start with dice rolls, so,
Really?
What's
Gods playing dice with fate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. That wasn't quite what. Yeah. God, I Cyberpunk 2077 to myself there with that, didn't
I? Okay, so we left off before IAE.
Yes.
4.0 is still not out.
Not yet. No. I think they are pushing.
They're pushing.
Yep.
But
they're pushing a. That's going to be out in the next few days, and then the next few days after that, it's got to be absolute hell for the people. They could just say, "Fuck it," and we'd be all right with them just going, "Fuck it."
I would rather they delay. I would rather they be like, "Hey, sorry.
Yeah.
We thought we'd hit it. We didn't. It'll be out, in the new year. Do it. Yeah. Do not put CIG employees through hell at Christmas. There is a special.
We just had SitCon. It's all right. Leave it there, and then when it's ready and you come back from holiday and New Year, we'll hit it like a stepsister trapped in a washing machine.
There is a special place in hell, I believe, reserved for companies.
That's cool.
For companies that do shitty things to employees right before Christmas, right before the holidays. I know my mom was let go one year right before the holidays, and I've hated companies doing anything right before the holidays ever since, and that includes patching.
I saw this documentary about this TV executive, really well-off TV executive, hated Christmas kind of thing, and it was around Christmas time. His secretary was trying to sort out gifts for things like that, and it was like, this executive here got a VCR recorder because it was the 80s, and this one got a VCR, and this one got a VCR, and then it came up with his brother, and it's like he sent him this towel. But I think it was all right in the end because he got visited by these 3 different people who taught him various moral lessons. Followed Bill Murray for a bit at Christmas. Worth watching.
Yep, definitely.
What's that one?
Yeah. Scrooged.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that. We as a family, we religiously watch Muppets Christmas Carol, which I think might be the best Christmas movie ever made.
No, I thought Hot Fuzz was.
It's true, actually. There is a man dressed as a Santa Claus, so Hot Fuzz is the best Christmas movie ever made, followed very shortly by Muppets Christmas Carol.
What about Batman Returns? Oh, I'm not asking you that. Forget I said that. That you didn't hear that. Forget that question. Reel it back in. So number 2 was Muppets Christmas Carol, you say?
Yes. Have you? Well, no, you've seen it.
I fucking love the Muppets Christmas
Carol,
sir.
Mm-hmm. Everyone has.
I saw that in the cinema.
So he's so good. I thought
did you know, right? You probably did know this. That the cut down version doesn't have the song "The Love We Shared."
They've added that back in.
I remember seeing that in the cinema, and I had that on the VCR, and I just skipped forward through that because I got what they're trying to establish plot wise, but get over that song. That is a shitty song. It's not a single fucking Muppet in that song either.
Yep, but they've added it back in now. They've on Disney Plus, they've re-added that and another deleted.
But you've got to go. You've got to look under
select it.
Extras, and you have to watch it all in one go. Apparently.
Yeah, but who cares?
Wow, this is like deep lore on the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, no, the Muppets Christmas Carol is an important movie.
Did you know that in that movie it stars a man named Michael Caine? For many scenes, he is portraying the character of Ebenezer the Scrooge, who has a cane.
It's true.
Those are all true statements, yes.
There we go.
And did you know that film helps solidify that in the Muppets universe, Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy are actually the same species. It is a species where the females are pigs and the males are frogs.
You're making
hang on. All the sisters are pigs, and the son is a frog.
Yeah,
that is how they procreate. Yes. They are the
same. However,
species.
What if that was a previous relationship? Quite common in the Victorian age, Mr. Piggy, he's dead now from tuberculosis. Mrs. Frog, she got run over by a horse and carriage. They come together, and there you go,
No, they come together somehow.
That was amazing. Now you need to make a new movie.
Shared.
Should we try the 14th time at Star Citizen here, or are we just fucking it?
Do it.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to work in a link from the Muppet Christmas Carol to Star Citizen, but I haven't got anything.
This is officially our best episode of the year.
No, I got
37 minutes in.
Okay, and we'll start the episode here. Okay. Hey, you just hit the live button. Good going. Hi, everyone.
All right, it's time to go live. We're going to talk about Star Citizen today. So welcome everyone to what the fuck are we called again? The Relay Station.
Relay Station.
Which is the longest
He's only
running
been doing this for like 7 years.
the longest running Star
Sometimes it
Citizen
feels like
podcast
One
out there.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but you know, we do our best.
I'm Eris, your host. Below me, under me, inside of me are Shiver and Nakara, my two
I believe
glorious.
taking up the front underneath you is Nakara, and I am
Yeah.
coming up the rear behind you.
Damn straight. It's true. Actually, the last ISC did have Muppets and yep, and a little ditty, a nice little ditty. So
You know what that is?
let's talk. Where do we want to start? I'm gonna actually.
Eris, do you know what this is?
No.
It's Kermit the Frog in the shower.
They did a patch report also. They did 4 IAE episodes, and they did a patch report for, you know, what you'll get when 4.0 actually comes out. So Eric, I'm going to hand things over to you to start us off on Star Citizen because
what?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. So well, we all know what we're getting in 4.0. We're pretty well versed in it at this point. Pyro, server meshing. Server meshing and Pyro and server meshing. They're going to mesh the servers and add Pyro, also a jump point to connect them. Well, to connect Stanton to Pyro. Anyway. More fauna. We have several quasi-grazers. Different types of copions, which is kind of neat, because now they are going to be like pets of the bandits, and they're going to attack you. It should be fun. And also, our space stations have now officially moved into the 8th century AD and are full of rats.
Space rats.
Yeah, space rats.
Cool.
I can't remember what they called them, but they're rats.
Space rats from Mars. No, biker mice from Mars, aren't they?
I'm missing that
loved
reference.
the hell out of that show.
There we go.
Thank you.
David to
And I
come back.
loved
Did
it.
exist.
It did.
Thank
Biker Mice
you.
from Mars. I had one of the action figures. It was a mouse on a motorcycle. It was great. I have a very important question for
It
you.
was from Mars.
It was. Shit, what was my question? Right. So they're adding Copians, and the bandits are going to have some, they said, semi-trained Copians.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that means that they will at some point add a meat gun that we can use to launch meat at the bandits, and then the meat will like slap on them, and then the Copions will attack the bandits because the Copions are hungry and want your meat?
I think you need to distribute that idea broader than this show, because that's an amazing idea.
Eat your meat.
I love that.
Eat your meat. I had another question.
Oh,
I had
I
another serious
mean-
question, but I've forgotten it.
They tested a feature that would absolutely blow your damn mind.
What's that?
They were doing tests of having people spawn in their instance hangars instead of in
That's
the
excellent.
bed. in
That would
the
be
apartment.
lovely.
Yeah.
I hate the apartments with a passion. I think they're one of the more useless things that CIG have actually ever added. I don't want
I
to be
think
there.
they were there. I think they were there because they didn't have anything else to do.
I don't care. Like,
I had to spawn you in somewhere.
I know, it just sucks because you're like, yeah, fine, spawn me in an apartment. Just, did you have to design the apartment 4 years away from the ship that I want to get in? Did you have to?
You know what though? It's true though, isn't it? It's just like real life. When you need to go to an airport, your gate is half a fucking mile away. You're in the wrong gate in Heathrow. You have to catch a fucking train to get to your gate. What's up with that?
But here's the thing.
It just seems to be a weirdly human thing that we do. Is the most it's seemingly the most inefficient thing.
Well,
I gotta tell you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. You.
I gotta tell you. To play off of that example, I had a layover over in Newark when I was coming back from the UK, which was a really, really terrible decision, by the way. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but the United States is not somewhere that you want to do a layover in, apparently. I had a 2.5-hour layover, and I had just enough time to get from one plane to the other plane. Yep. 2.5 hours.
Yep.
All I did was try to get to the other plane that whole time, and I literally walked onto the other plane without stopping. They're already boarding.
So I have a question.
Seriously, a million.
What? Here. Okay, there are no. Okay, let's ignore the obvious here. I'm going to be extemporizing. Exaggerating slightly, not a lot. There are no cars in Star Citizen. I know that there are a couple. But they're not really cars. They're rovers. They're like ATVs.
What do you call them?
Or like troop carriers.
What about the PTV? It's
a golf
basically
cart.
A smart car.
It's a fucking golf cart. Anyway, in Star Citizen,
I think you'll find, sir, that a fucking golf cart is what Fast Cart has.
That's fair. In Star Citizen, let's be very real here. Your primary mode of transport is your ship. There aren't even fucking roads. Where we come from, honestly, we need some fucking more roads. Like,
yeah, but where we're going, there are no roads.
I know, that's what. Anyway,
Yeah,
I know this isn't the case.
Come on.
I'm bad at quotes. Anyway, for most of us, I know that airports are another thing entirely, but when it comes time to like wake up in the morning and get to your vehicle, exactly how far do you have to travel to get to your car?
About 20 feet.
Right. So why the fuck do I have to travel 4 fucking kilometers to get to my fucking ship?
I don't know. It's a good question. Oh, it's about time we had instance hangars, what we spawn into.
It is. It is about fucking time.
Yep.
One would hope, though, that the reason that we haven't got an instanced personal hangar, that, you know, we probably pays into the economy in whatever shape or form, is because they want it to be more than just space that you wake up. I hope, and that's what it is. And when I log into the game, I want to be able to not walk out. I want to be able to log on to things, see what the state of things are, see what's going on, just from my apartment, you know, get a gathering of my sense, and then walk out. That would be cool, rather than just bed. You have to spawn here, it's 50 miles away.
Yep, I agree.
Or at least let me download the news onto my fucking Mobiglass, and then I can have it fucking drip fed right onto my retina as I make my way to my ship.
See, here's the thing, and I think that this is actually one of the instances where CIG has been let down by their attempt to do everything as realistic as possible, because they were like, no, we have to create real spaces in real space where you spawn, that is your space that you spawn in, and then you have to walk it. No, what they should have just done, you log in, you're in your instance hangar, and then you take an elevator to an open instanced, a free instanced hangar. You are in your room. That room is connected directly to your hangar. It doesn't fucking matter which hangar it is. I don't fucking care. Teleport me from my room to my hangar. Like let's fucking hand wave some things. And they were even talking about it in the third IAE video. They were finally talking about, and they were mentioning it. And it's something that we've been ranting about for 4 fucking years, longer. Of like, you know, we see some new players, they start quantuming, or they start, you know, traveling as fast as you can, and then you crash. And we've got this, like, there's no easy way to travel long distances, and it's kind of boring to do so. And it's like, yeah, it is. Let's get rid of these fucking jump points. Let's just let us quantum in any fucking direction. Like, I don't know. There's anyway, it's good that they're talking about it now. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
What do we got next? What do we got? The jump point's looking pretty, at least. Looking really pretty.
Yeah, it sure is.
And this is
And
just
I mean,
like
the whole
the very, very first implementation. It's all on we're guided through it, aren't we? Or it's a cutscene kind of thing. We don't have any
I think they're fine.
navigation.
I'm not sure
This
though.
being the international sign for navigation.
I thought there was some
you gotta do
navigation
that.
happening.
I thought that you had to fly it, but at least that was the last thing I'd heard. I haven't. Actually
I'm
played
asking.
Pokemon.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you have to fly it.
Okay,
I
well,
haven't
that's cool.
tried it, so. But it looks pretty. I don't think they'll have, like, the if you fail and fall out, you end up somewhere else, and like, I don't know how complete they have everything.
I'm not sure.
End
either.
up in some different game server.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that
I
would
feel
be
like
great.
You followed at the wrong spot, and you're just in Minecraft.
No, what
There
would
you go.
actually
Like-
be great? If
What the hell?
you know what they should have done, actually? So they're increasing the size of shards all the time, right? And the shards are getting up to a decent amount of players now, and hopefully they're going to push it and push it and push it once they get server meshing all fully worked. But you know what would actually be really interesting idea is if the different shards were considered different universes, and like they all split
Wait,
anytime someone makes a major decision.
is this going to be the Robert Cinematic Universe or
Well, anytime
Game-O-Matic
someone makes-
Universe?
Yeah, but your universe splits. And imagine if you failed in a jump point, instead of like popping out somewhere in your universe,
You
you
just
were
went into a
actually
different
spit
shard.
to a different shard. Because
I
you
love
fell
that
out in a
idea.
different universe.
Does that mean then that if you're in a different universe,
Yes.
if you were fast enough, you could get back in there and see your alternate
Uh-huh.
self going into another universe?
Absolutely, yes.
And does that also mean that if you're stuck in another universe, you have to grow a goatee?
Absolutely.
I mean-
Well, no, only if you're evil.
I mean, you got to fit in though.
Yeah, sorry. I think that would. I love it.
That would have been great in Star Trek Discovery if just everyone in the mirror universe, everyone had a
Everyone
goatee.
had
Everyone. That would have been
Deanna
brilliant.
Troy.
Yeah, you
Everyone.
can see you haven't watched Discovery, but yes,
Sorry,
the sentiment is there.
I don't know why. I know it's Discovery. I just, for some reason, the first person I thought of that needed a goatee was Deanna Troy. I thought it would accentuate.
I expect.
I was
expect
thinking
by the
of
end
Empress
this week-
Georgiou, but I'm always thinking of Empress Georgiou.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I expect by the end of this week to see your Photoshop of this Deanna Troy with a goatee in our Star Trek spoilers channel.
You know that I don't Photoshop ever.
I have faith in you.
Don't.
Faith of the Heart.
Look, I have skills. I have, in all honesty, more skills than I need or know what to do with. I can plumb, I can do electrical, I can do carpentry, I can do
For
music.
the record, don't do this as you're saying. I have more skills than I have.
I've also got
tickle the
large.
scrotum.
Yeah, I'm good at.
Manipulate the testicle sac.
But Photoshop is one of those
Give a little
skills.
opening of
that,
frisking.
Photoshop's
Ooh,
one of those
good
skills
draft.
that passed me by entirely. I can't do it.
Just don't ever include wielding a sledgehammer in your list of skills.
I don't.
No.
Demolition is not one of my skills, unfortunately. Construction is. Demolition, not so much.
Oh, I'm sorry I tease you about that regularly. It's just I'm really glad that it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I agree.
I mean, it was.
You hit it right on the head.
It was bad,
was-
but you're not, dead. So
It's true. I'm not. I think maybe in another universe I am,
Well-
but maybe I actually went to another universe, died, but then respawned and came back here fast enough.
that's possible.
It was the way you told us that
Mhm.
really hurt our feelings, because you said, "Hey guys, I just went out and got hammered," and we thought that was a good thing. We felt like dicks.
I don't remember a lot about it, but this was a number of
I'm
years
sure you
ago
don't.
now, and like all I remember is
blood.
not really knowing what the fuck happened. Like I okay, for anyone that doesn't know the story, I had a sledgehammer and I was trying to demolish some stairs, and I took a swing, but it was an old hedge hammer. So in mid hedge slammer, in mid swing.
I love Hedge Slammer.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
In mid swing, the head actually came off the hanger, and the head of the hammer hanged me in the head.
Yes, it did. You swung at that as hard as you were trying to break the stairs, and the head came off and hit you in the back of the head.
It did, and like it right in the back of the head, and like giant gash, blood everywhere. I'm sitting on the stairs, being like,
Yup.
"What the fuck just happened?" Unfortunately, Mac was home, and she saw me and started to cry, being like, "Oh my god, Dad's dying!" And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna make jokes and dance, because I can't have my daughter thinking I'm dying." And I spent the next like 15 minutes consoling her while my head was gushing blood. It was great.
It probably would have helped console her if you had done something about the bleeding.
I mean,
Two
Cass
things.
put
Two
some
things.
Pentel on it,
David.
but yeah.
I'm glad, first of all, it wasn't a pickaxe.
Yes.
Yep.
And second of all, right, just so you know, there are better ways to get a big old gash on your face.
It's not on my face though.
Wow.
It's hidden. I can't even say,
Wow.
"Look at my beauty scar." I know what you were saying, Shiver. I'm just choosing to not acknowledge it.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Oh man.
It was a bit of
I
a mouthful.
I have a scar in the back of my head too, and for years, every time I got my hair cut, the hairdresser would be like, "What happened here?" Because it's only visible when I get when the hair's really short on the back of my head. But yeah,
So asteroid bases look cool.
yes.
I still don't know about Pyro, and I still...
Should be fun.
Here's the thing. Game was announced a couple of years ago. Arc Raiders looked super fucking cool. The aesthetic of it, I was like, yeah, I'm all fucking in. They were like, yeah, we've made these like weird like 7-legged creatures, and we've procedurally modeled how they walk, and as you destroy their limbs, they like change how they walk across it. Like they've done all this interesting stuff with and I was like, yes, very much into it. Earlier this year they were like, yeah, so it's going to be a PvPvE game, it's an extraction shooter, and I'm like, fuck off, I've lost all fucking interest. Go die in a fire. Fucking they announced the game. I'm gonna get to that. They announced the game this week.
Okay.
Thick as Thieves at the Game Awards. This was one of the trailers. Looks really cool. It's a 1910 metropolis with magic, and it's like a open world stealth theft game where you have to like sneak around this open world in like 1910s stealing shit. Great. And then they're like, and you play against other characters. It's a PvE extraction shooter. And fuck off. I'm so done.
Extraction shooters right now.
There's so many, and they're all shit. They're all shit, and they're not fun. They're fun for like 3 days when they first launch, and then you know what fucking happens? Some people spend every single second of every single fucking day playing it, and then anytime you play against one of those people, you die, you lose all your shit, all your whatever is gone, and it feels like shit, and you stop playing. It sucks. And they seem like they're intent on adding this bullshit into Star Citizen, which also is going to have characters that if you die, you fucking die eventually once they actually get Death of a Spaceman in. And that's not fucking fun.
Yep.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I love Escape from Tarkov has great mechanics. It's got great shooting. It's got great weapon customization. And then you grab all your weapons, you insure them all, you take them into a match, you spawn, you take one step, and someone from across the map who's been playing this for 500 fucking hours a day kills you, loots all your stuff, and because they looted it, you don't get the insurance back because it's gone from your corpse, so it couldn't have been insured, and everything fucking sucks, and you quit the game, uninstall, and never play it again. That's what happens with fucking extraction shooters. They're shit to any normal person. They're great to the few people that decide to devote their entire fucking lives to the game, but you know what that's actually really, really fucking bad for? Is the continued existence of a game. If you only cater to a bunch of fucking insane bastards, no one fucking plays. Your game dies after 5 years, and the next person is like, the extraction shooter. Fuck off. They're doing it in Star Citizen. Pisses me the shit off.
I like it when someone else does the rant and it's not me.
We did used to have a segment entirely for my rants. I haven't done one in a while. This is one that gets me. They're like, we're so excited for these PvP. Off. Actually, no. Wait a second.
I don't really understand.
Wait a second. No one's home.
Nice.
I love that it got cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Media Broadcast cuts off my screens.
It just looked like you went over there, did a fart, and then came back.
It's possible.
That's actually what happened.
Oh, fair enough.
And I mean, I'm assuming they're doing this because the extraction shooters are making money, but I don't really know of one that is like super successful. So I don't know what the deal is.
The thing
Maybe
is,
code?
There's always one, right? Destiny did really well. Everyone was like, Destiny's the best. And then everyone was like, live service, live service, live service. And then 87 fucking live service games that tried to copy Destiny all failed. I wonder why this happened. World of Warcraft did so great, and then everyone tried to copy one, and it all failed.
Yep.
There's not enough room for 500 copycat games.
World of Warcraft was an especially hard one because it was an MMO.
Republic of Korea has something to say about that, sir.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you mean?
There's like 5 billion MMOs.
Oh yeah, and they had huge MMOs before, WoW. But what there was a big movement to try and do a Western MMO after World of Warcraft to try and unseat World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
There were so many World of Warcraft killers. It's still a huge game.
Do you think
no one ever killed it.
The people of Korea playing all these MMOs. Do you think they're having a really good time and getting on well with each other, or do you think they're just spitting vicious vitriol at each other like everyone else on the bloody internet does.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. Like I could look.
I mean, it's a big cultural thing there, right? Like the cyber cafes and stuff. At least that's what I've heard. I've never
Oh,
been
I don't
there.
know. I mean, like, people are people at the end of the day. So,
Well,
maybe the culture.
not
I don't
every
know.
person is the same as every other person, but yes.
Well, no, I know, but generally, on the whole,
Anyway.
if you get a group of people on the internet, they don't generally like to use manners. It's
Escape from Tarkov is a great game in theory.
Although I
that
can now.
it's
I'm
just
now
it's
picturing
ruined.
this chat room
Sorry, go
where the
ahead, Trevor.
AI takes over and automatically makes everything you say sound Victorian polite.
Ooh, I like
That'd
that.
be great. I'd
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
a great concept.
I actually think that would be a great
go and
use
copyright it.
someday. That would be a great use someday for AI. Is like everything that gets posted on the AI on the internet gets run through an AI first to remove like hatred and vitriol.
Yeah, the
'Cause-
problem is then it would just be co-opted to change the messaging to something that somebody paid.
Oh, I
them
know.
to.
Also, who gets to say what's hateful and vitriol?
Oh, I know. I know. There's problems with it. I just people are so.
But you know what genuinely is the best use for AI?
Stopping AI
Putting
from
it
being
in old MacDonald's song.
Actually, one of the best uses for AI, and this is from someone that really hates AI, is you. It's a work use. We've actually found Microsoft Copilot extremely useful when you write we'll write like a 3-page briefing note, put that into Copilot, and be like, and just not tell it to change it or just to tighten it up. And it actually does a really good job, like highlighting the messaging, tightening up sentences, just making it a better read for like a high level, because AI is really good at text.
I have really important question, genuinely sincere, important question about AI. How good is it to get recipes from?
I wouldn't trust it.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't trust it because it would hallucinate and to give you the wrong ingredients.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Back to those blogs where I just want
Honestly,
to learn how to make flapjacks.
the
And
first
I've got to learn about
the first
20 years of this person's life.
I hate those.
the the first person who comes up with an AI that
Well, I'm
doesn't
tempted
hallucinate
now.
is going
Yeah.
to make ridiculously large sums of money.
One of the problems,
as it is now though, they all hallucinate, and you can't trust anything that they put out.
You have to double check anything that an AI says. If an AI tells you
Everything.
something, you have to double check. If an AI quotes something, you have to double check because
That sounds like something an AI would say.
Exactly.
But here's actually.
Check.
I'm going into work mode for a second because this is actually a conversation
because you're an AI.
to my heart. Yeah. AI is extremely bad environmentally. We know this. But we only know part of the story. Right now, we are considering 2 environmental impacts when it comes to artificial intelligence. We're considering the energy use and the water use. We know that those are both really bad. The electricity used to run AI is extremely high. That said, energy use for AI can be offset by renewable energies, by hydro, by various different types of. I think Microsoft actually have bought a nuclear generation facility in 2 Mile Island or something to offset one of their data centers, which is great, right? We do need to find ways to offset the energy from these facilities. Number 2 is water use. There's a shit ton that goes into water cooling for data for AI creation. That one's a little harder to offset, but it is still possible. You can do really good stuff with data centers and waterless cooling and such. A nuclear facility, Fastcard, sorry. The thing
is it in Alameda?
I don't know.
Carry on. Just
sorry,
reference.
Okay. The thing that nobody's accounting for, and this is actually a really big part of the AI question, and this is actually a really big part of sustainability when it comes to information technology as a whole. I've got an example. The government of Canada has two very large data centers that we own, EDC Borden and MCDC. They're very large corporate data centers. The two of them combined, our two largest data centers combined, and this is all public information, by the way. I'm not like saying anything you couldn't find with a Google. They emit around 600 tons of CO2 per year, which is honestly not that many. That's like 15 cars or something. It's not that much. If you take, however, the IT hardware that we buy as a government in a year, that emits about 125,000 tons of CO2 per year. It's the manufacture of the hardware that has the largest impact. And one of the things that we're not talking about when we talk about AI and when we talk about data centers is the hardware that's running on those. We're only looking at the energy and the water, and it's already horrible. Wait till we actually start to account for the emissions from the graphics cards, from the CPU, the chips that are running those facilities, and it's gonna look so much fucking worse. Because it is. It's the chips that are manufactured, the hardware itself, 100-fold worse than the energy when it comes to emissions. And we're not tracking this. We're not talking about it. We're not looking into it. And it's a real problem when it comes to data centers and AI.
I saw a documentary in the late 90s about AI. And one of the ways that they solved power generation, well, initially they used solar power, but the skies ended up being too dark. So they ended up using organic batteries as a power source to let the AI live.
Yeah,
very interesting.
The only problem with that documentary has always been that, like, humans are actually a fucking terribly inefficient battery source, and you have to put in more than you would get out in the first place, and it makes no sense. But otherwise, loved the documentary. Great.
Unless you figured out a way to XYZ the quadruple. Anyway.
I was actually reading a great sort of thread today where someone was like, oh, humans are so amazing, they're proof of intelligent design, and everyone posting in the comments was like, man, do you understand the human body? Our procreation mechanism is right next to our excretion mechanism, which is the worst fucking place to put the two things. It would be great if we had knees that lasted beyond half of our lifespan. Like, if you go long enough without sleep, you hallucinate. Like just all these. Like, the human body is so fucking terrible.
If you know anything about healthcare or anatomy, you know that the human body is not particularly well put together. The only driving force for species is, do I get to reproduce? That's it.
We decided.
Do we live long?
I mean, it's been a while, Nakara, but I mean, they say romance is dead. I'll see you after the show if you want.
Exactly. So, do you live long enough to procreate? That's it. Now, humans have humans at one point were able to survive better because they stood upright and didn't go around on all fours anymore. Our knees and our hips still don't work properly. It's been like, I don't know, 6 million, 8 million years.
and like fucking
Shiver, you can stop
human birth is stupid. We've got heads that are too big for birth canals, which cause tremendous problems in birth. 60% of births don't have, like, we are such a poorly designed species. It's like, if there was an intelligent designer, they were fucking tanked when they designed us.
By the way, I would love to see how we can tie this into Star Citizen. I'm sure there's a way, but
Go, Shiver. I believe in you.
No, I can't. I can't with that one. That one's
You can
way
totally
over the
do it.
line. There was a Uranus gag in there, and I'm not going that route.
There you go. Nice.
Nope. So,
I'm really
we haven't
glad
even done
that in
IAE
Star
yet.
Citizen you can go see
that, right?
Uranus
we've got
without
like
seeing the
3-4
procreation
weeks
device.
worth of shit to do.
Yeah.
We haven't even done like IAE.
Yeah, come
I
on.
mean, we're sort of doing it.
Step it up. Come on.
Have
I'll be
we?
right back.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
if you ask me to do these things, I'll just. All right. So, don't. This is all complete bullshit. So, CIG, they've introduced this new tech where planets actually teleport through the sky, and they're getting to put them into this massive pool. The aim, of course, of which is to wipe out the entire galaxy, with Daleks making up the shock troop value. I'm sure that'll be fine. As you can see here, this is the new French texture pack that they've brought out, modeled on actual Calais. And you can now recreate the look of Calais' wondrous coastal factory line for yourself in Star Citizen. And as you can see, that is what the effect is on the planet. And we're back to the big blue planets. Now, these aren't actually planets, just so you know. These are made to look like planets, but what these are is someone else's marble collection just dropped onto the floor. You thought you saw a sun earlier? No, it was actually a cutaway of a chorizo.
Oh, well. I've seen that. It's beautiful. Can I do an advertisement for a second?
You'll find that many things in Star Citizen are actually just a cutaway chorizo or sausage of some description.
Yes.
I do believe that the Hornet is based on a white Saveloy.
One of my favorite types of sausage is a mix of salami and prosciutto.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm going to do an wait, is it an
like a
advertisement?
Cumberland
What, you get shot or something?
If it's an is it an advertisement if it's unpaid, unscripted, unwanted?
Yes.
Is it saying about a specific product and pushing it? Because yes, that is literally advertising.
Okay, so I'm going to advertise a product here because I think it's friggin' great. No, what I'm going to advertise is actually this. It's Guinness 0%. It is non-alcoholic Guinness. And it tastes, honestly, almost exactly like Guinness. It is the best non-alcoholic beer I've had. I very highly recommend it. I've actually bought a whole bunch for my Christmas party so that people can have a little bit of alcohol at the beginning. And then there's these so that nobody gets drunk and drives drunk. But they can still
if we're doing this, harmful things, tobacco. I love smoking. You should buy tobacco. You should smoke.
Ooh.
It makes you cooler instantly if you smoke. Please,
you should
Samsung,
probably show the
sponsor
warning
me.
on
I
that
love the
label.
product. One of the best things about it is the fact that you smoke, you get ill, you die earlier. There's less humans. We all love that. You're helping the environment by dying. I'm doing my bit. Are you?
Your lungs look just like that planet right there.
Just let me
Well, we got these like smoking harms unborn babies. What kind of fucking nursing staff are giving babies fucking cigarettes? It's horrible. This
They
is
said
why we need to
unborn
stop
babies.
this sort of shit. Yeah. How are they getting that? And like this unborn baby has somehow got sellotape and breathing apparatus as well in the womb. I bet that's very uncomfortable.
So Pyro, the planets are looking pretty.
They are
They look
looking
good.
very pretty. They look really good.
I like that blue.
11 new worlds to explore in Pyro.
Which is pretty big. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
It's like 40 billion Skyrims.
Which is insane. I
have no idea. I just made up a number, but it's a lot.
I really like CIG are taking CIG are taking too long to create new fauna. Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
I've heard this.
Excuse me for a moment.
You're excused. All right, you're on again.
All right, so CIG have been in touch with Harley Quinn, and they've made her jackals in game. Rats here are based on the 1980s popular puppet Roland Rat, in fact, and they have decided to put him in game. This is a cave. If you want to go spelunking, or use it just as an excuse to dress up as Batman and tell people that you go spelunking, but we all know that you're at the ice cream parlor. As you can see, they've made it so that this white stuff falls. That's actually cocaine. These are cocaine caves. You see, you can now go and farm cocaine in game that occurs naturally and grows on the roof of the caves, and you can then employ these jackal-like beings to guard your cocaine, which is why they're called guard dogs.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
I missed something about cocaine. Yeah, everything is okay. Just we've got we've got
it was Shiver. That's
they've got mushrooms in, so now we can all have a fun go. Fungus.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I was having
Gus
trouble with
must be a fun guy. You know, anyone named Gus must be fun. Because everyone looks at him and says, "Hey, it's Fun Gus."
I still don't think the best thing to add to a name pre-surname is the word spanker. Never disappoints.
David Spanker?
No. Like, all right, let's go with John Major. John Spanker Major, or John Major.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So I think I was saying before I ran away, CIG are taking too damn long to come up with new fauna. That said, I'm really glad that they're adding variants of the fauna that they already have, because that takes them a lot less time and at least gives us something a little bit more. But it's been, I feel like it's been a year and we've still got like 3. We've got the Quasi-Grazers, the Copians. There's those pterodactyl-like things.
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, let's go.
And we get the rats. You can't forget the rats. That's 4.
Well, we don't even have the rats yet.
I mean, they're in 4.0. Just so
and 4.0 is not out yet. So, you know.
Fair enough.
I think we need more
This
animals.
is the concern about the weapons all over again.
It is. You know me and my concerns.
Yeah, like 6 years from now, we're gonna be like, see, you didn't have to worry about it. They came up with a modular fauna system, and they're good to go.
Great, but if it takes them 6 years, we're fucked again. Jesus, it's already been 87. I don't know, man. Look. We've been doing this for 10 years more? 10 years. 10 years in January, right?
It's 10 years in January.
That's only been an hour and 20 minutes, if that.
Our first show, actually, that's a good point. When we come back in January, that's our 10-year anniversary.
Probably, yeah. Because we'll be coming back whenever they come back, right?
Yeah. So in January, when we come back, that's going to be our 10-year anniversary of Star Citizen shows.
Yep. And Shiver needs to dance for that episode, I think.
I was just thinking we need go-go dancers for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
definitely. You should hire someone.
I literally can't dance.
I don't blame you. Hey, there we go. We'll just get David to dance. We're good.
Exactly. We knew it was going to happen.
See, look, this is an advertisement for our next episode.
No, this is an advertisement.
It kind of looks like
that anyone watching this is ever going to want to come
inflatable
back.
arm man.
Yeah.
So we should talk about IAE because
Aria
Before
Levy,
we-
I do remember the Imperial News Network very fondly, and we do
How would
include
you-
that in
how would
our
you remember that?
what?
Yes, we do include it.
We do include that in our 10 years because it's the same damn thing.
All right.
Nothing changed.
Well, that makes me feel better. I was like, it's not been 10 years we've been doing Relay.
No,
No,
but
it's
we
been
only
8 years.
Yeah. we only did
Nope.
INN for like 2 years, 3 years. Three.
It was the end of 2016 that we switched.
Man, that was an intense 2 years.
Yep.
Man,
It was very intense 2 years. I worked 40 hours a week on this Star Citizen website.
me too. God.
So CIG have finally given in, and they are now allowing people who are ginger and bearded to play the game. As you can see, this is to celebrate the fact that they're now allowed to play. Unfortunately, the problem is that a lot of the NPCs, no one asked them to do this. This was just their reaction when they were told that ginger people are playing. The Carrack, they've had to actually invent gravity, so now the Carrack weighs something. With the support struts in there as well, it also makes sense. And as you can see, these are massive pooper scoopers to pick up giant pieces of dragon shit when you're out in your Carrack,
Nice. I like that.
right?
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Um,
I don't like the Carrack's shields.
then don't deploy them.
I won't. I can't wait to get rid of my Carrack. But I don't like how they look. I don't think they look good on it, and I don't see the point.
Yeah, I don't know what the point is.
I don't know if there is a point. They just look cool.
Okay,
I guess
I'll take that because they do look cool.
you look cool.
because they included them on the original model, and people were really annoyed that they weren't on,
Yeah.
on the game. That's why.
You know what? I think the people have highlighted the wrong thing when it comes to the Carrack and its original model. Because if you want to really complain about the Carrack now versus its original model, holy shit,
what
you
they
can,
do.
because that is nothing like what we were promised. The Carrack,
I mean, it's not nothing. It's not the same, but
it's not even remotely the same.
I think they should have
I
just
don't
let
think-
it get bigger.
They should have just
Yeah.
sized it up. I think they were trying to hold it back, and they shouldn't have. Just size it up. Like they've learned, at least. They've learned now that they can't do it this way anymore. They've changed how they manufacture ships and design ships, and they make sure that they sketch, like they do a gray box before they even approve the friggin' ship. But it's time to just, I don't know, like there's a couple of the...
Are you asking for a rework of the Carrack?
No, you know what I'm asking for, actually? And I don't have any video of this, unfortunately. So I'm just going to close the videos. I'm asking for something a lot more than a remake of the Carrack. What's the new ship? Is it the Intrepid? The new Crusader ship?
Yeah.
Is it the Intrepid?
Yeah, I think
No.
so.
Is it? Okay.
No, am I wrong?
Beautiful ship. Starter ship.
Yeah.
Size 4 weapons. 2 4SCU cargo elevators that go down all the way to the ground. An engineering terminal. And it's a starter ship. And I'm sorry, but I look at that and I compare it to an Aurora.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Aurora needs help.
The Aurora doesn't need help. The Aurora needs fucking CPR. Okay? Like, the Aurora needs immediate medical resuscitation.
Resuscitation?
Yeah, words. Like, I think there's yeah, the Aurora is a bit cheaper, but like the Aurora doesn't even have any of the things that the Cutter has. Like one of my favorite games in the world, one of the games that I've played the most. Actually, how much time did I put in that fucking game? I'm gonna check because I can, because Steam is fun that way. Yeah, I've put. Actually, let's see the whole thing. Total War Warhammer 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and over the three, Total Warhammer 1, 2, and 3, I've put about 1,200 hours into this series. Nice. And this is a series that has spanned 3 games. All the lords from the first game transferred to the second game. All the lords from the second game transferred to the third game. And they're just adding more and more to the third game. They're at 100 lords now. But Jesus, if you try and play one of the new DLC lords that have come out, and then go back and play one of the first ones that haven't had an update, it's broken as shit. And that's happened to Star Citizen. Like, they keep adding more and more and more, and the only way to get you to want to buy them is to make them be more and better. But that means that it ends up being useless to go back and use one of the original things. Like, what the fuck is the point of the Freelancer anymore? They killed the Freelancer right when they made the Cutlass, but then they've continued just stabbing that little snip in the chest. Oh yeah, we put out the MSR stab. Oh, we put out the Corsair stab. Oh, we put out the this, right? Like, they just keep fucking shanking it over and over, and it's like, damn it, guys, it's dead. It's fucking dead. It's an X-ship. Yes, Shibby.
I got you an Aurora for Christmas.
Oh. Follow Stan.
I love it.
Yes. No, hang on. Because Follow Stan, you're 100% right. We do not have an XL Freelancer. And what's better, the XL Freelancer or the Connie? What the fuck's the point of the Connie now that we have the XL Freelancer? There is none. It's useless. And then, guess what? In 3 years from now, you know what's going to happen? There's going to be a fucking XL Freelancer, only it's going to be from MSR. And then the current XL Freelancer is going to be... Like, they've just...
Yeah, but they're not exactly the same, though, are they? You're saying that, and it's like, okay, well, we have Coke and we have Pepsi. And then we have RC Cola and all that sort of other shit. It's like... There are alternatives that do things. They do the same basic thing, but they do it slightly differently that some people might prefer.
You're exactly right. We do have Coke and Pepsi, and at the same price point for Coke and Pepsi, every single sane person in the entire fucking world is going to pick Coke because it's better than Pepsi. It's like just better. In every way.
Please sponsor us, please. Biggest company in the freaking world.
I mean,
like
sure,
Pepsi,
there's
but I prefer cherry Coke. So
cherry
if we can
Coke's
get cherry Coke, I'm in.
No, it's like the Aurora. The Aurora is a dead ship. The Mustang, the Mustang's a dead ship. When you look at the new
these ships definitely need a rework, both of them. Badly.
And you're right, Shiver.
And that happened as soon as the Cutter came out. Really?
Yeah. The Cutter was the
Cutter's
problem.
better than both of them.
Yeah.
But the point still stands of, even though it is a cheap ship, it doesn't compete with everything else that's come out and is far more recent. And you're absolutely right.
Yep. And you are.
See, I'm glad someone else prefers Pepsi. Thank you.
I said sane people. You're also right, Shiver, and that distinction definitely loses a bit more when you get to the larger ships because they're scoped more broadly, because they can have more than one focus. You can
They've
have
also been
differences.
kind of given a bit
in them.
more attention than the smaller ships.
They have, but when's the last time anyone talked about what is it? The M? No, it's not the M50. It's the 315Ps or any of those. Like they're
Need
I love my little 325A.
in theory. You love it in theory.
No, I love it. It's red and it's origin, and it can just be there and pet it and look pretty.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they need to go back.
But no, you are right though. I see what you're saying. They can't keep up, and yeah, there's a lot to be said and unpacked there. But if they got to make it either more appealing or some other option, simple as that. Because that Aurora is fucking ancient.
They can keep up. Like they can keep adding these more ships. I really think that at some point, and we've actually finally seen them do it. No, because they've done it. They did it with the Hornet, right? When the Mark II Hornet came out, it updated a whole bunch. You can still get the Mark I, but there's also they need to do that with the Aurora, right? The Aurora Mark II.
It's like 400% better.
Fine, and make it a $5 upgrade for people.
And somebody's gonna make like a whole YouTube channel just based around I beat Star Citizen using my Argo or my my Aurora Mark I.
Yeah,
and they'll make $200 billion off of
it. They need to update that ship because it needs to be viable as a starter ship. A lot of people. I don't know if it's the most common ship now, but it's
still the most owned as far as I'm aware.
It's still
then that shit needs to be updated because people are not going to be happy that they've got a fucking piece of shit ship that can't do everything that they want to fucking do, and other people who have spent $20 more than them have shit. That is not ever what we were promised, It was like, yes, you'll be able to do everything in every ship, just not as well. I can accept that, some things, maybe not. I don't expect to go doing boarding with a fucking Aurora. Actually,
you could.
I'm sure there are ways. Yeah.
But you expect to be able to haul some cargo.
But yeah,
I expect to be able to do some mining
with this ship that I have bought to get into this game. To be able to say, I want to haul cargo, I want to shoot shit, I want to transport shit, I want to do something of this game that I like, see what it has to offer, and get me into this game. If you aren't getting me into this game, you have failed your job, and I want my money back because you didn't treat me well as a customer.
Here's the thing. You know what's great about the Game Awards is you get to see how many stellar games are coming out in the next year. And there's a lot. And there's a lot every year. We are in a very good time.
A lot of space games.
There's a lot of space games. There's Intergalactic. There's a bunch, there's some space indie games that are doing well. There's a ton of options. And if it takes 4 hours to get into your game, and I can't get into your game with the base game that you've provided me, then guess what? I'm probably gonna go play another game that doesn't hate me.
Oh yeah. It's incredibly important to have the early game experience to be good for basics.
And people will say, "Oh, but look how many people play it now." Yeah, a lot of people play Star Citizen now. It's doing pretty well for an early access game. It's making tons of money, but not a lot of people play it. A small number of very devoted people play it, but that's never good for the long-term viability of a product. It can't be based on a small number of devoted people. It has to be based on a large number of people. You need at least some mass appeal. And if your game is too hard to get into and too, uncompromising, then it's not going to work. And here's
you're not going to be a quadruple A game if you haven't got a quadruple A appeal.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing that I'm sorry, I'll go to you right away, Eric. One last thing I want to say is CIG have a bit of a leeway here because they're in early access. They're in alpha, beta, whatever. They're not launched. But the thing that we've seen from games, and you can look at a number of games, you only have your launch window. You don't have launch and then, oh, we'll fix it 6 months later. If you haven't figured it out at launch, you're fucked.
Yep. I was kind of chuckling at there's that show that just came out called Secret Level.
Yeah.
Remember correctly? Yeah.
Yep.
I saw that one of their episodes was based on that game Concord, which Sony launched and then instantly shut down and closed the studio.
Yep.
It's like, huh? I guess you didn't quite think that through.
One of them was based on Space Marine, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Fast Cart, No Man's Sky is a different beast because it had so much hype before launch that they made enough money.
Yes,
and
exactly.
had enough independent desire to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you launch
Cyberpunk ended up with the same thing. The game was problematic in certain ways. It sure as hell wasn't problematic in terms of how much money they made.
Yep.
Like they sold a gajillion copies. Yeah, some of them got refunded, but not enough to make a huge dent in their pocketbook, I don't think.
Yeah.
So
the problem is more things like Concord, Suicide Squad, even some recent survival games like Enshrouded, Nightingale. There's others, I just can't think of them. Like there's so many right now that I can't think of it. Shiver?
No, it's fine.
Anyway, that launched poorly, and then they didn't have the time, the money, or the wherewithal to fix it, and they don't have you can't buy back reviews. You can't undo an initial poor review. I'm playing Nightingale. Nightingale
or deal with a bad reputation from a previous title.
Yeah. Nightingale launched. It was shit. They took 6 months. They rebalanced everything. They remade everything. They added, they relaunched it essentially. I didn't even care. Cass and I are playing it now because it was like, oh, right, I bought this already. We should try it. Someone recommend. Okay. Oh, wait, it's actually great now. But they're cutting people at their studio because it's done. Like they're too late.
I thought, it says that it's in early access.
It is, but they're firing people in their studio because the initial early access launch didn't grab anyone.
Like Kerbal Space Program 2.
Yeah. Like Payday 3, they launched it and it was shit. Oh, yeah. Everyone went back to Payday 2.
Yeah, but aren't they still, to be fair to Payday 3, aren't they actually working on that still?
They are. They're trying to,
but Kerbal Space Program 2 is I think you can still buy it.
Yeah.
And they've said we're not working on this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still sit there and go and buy it right fucking now.
Same with Suicide
Squad.
Complete
game from a fucking proper AAA publisher.
Yep. Suicide Squad is dead. They've got one more season and they're shutting it down. You can still go buy it. Yeah. But it didn't, they tried to, but it just, you've got one chance. You've got one opportunity.
Come on.
There's vomit on my sweater already.
Mom spaghetti?
Yeah. CIG have a real big opportunity here. There's a lot of people like us that care about the game but aren't really into it. There's a lot of people that care about the game and are playing the shit out of it, but there's 1,000 times more people that just haven't. They haven't engaged. They haven't done anything. But CIG only has one opportunity to enhance them. And if their first experience in the game is,
they have two.
I'm gonna, kind of.
They have when Squadron comes out.
Yeah,
because that will establish their reputation as a studio for a lot of people. And then they have when Star Citizen actually launches to a commercial release.
But if the majority of those people show up to Star Citizen and their first experience is in an Aurora that they can't mine, they can't do trade, they can't haul, they can't repair, they can't do any of the things in the game, really, like realistically. They can't store a weapon. Like, there's no weapon rack in an Aurora. You can't go kill someone, take their weapon, and you can't do it. You can't do anything in an Aurora, and that's going to be a real problem based on how many people have Auroras and won't be able to play the game.
And that's why I think whenever they make and this is something you should probably start in the next year or so, but whenever they make first of all, they need to bring all of them up to like snuff,
the Cutter
right?
standard. Yeah.
But then anything that they do in the game, like, oh, we finished this system, whatever, the first ship it should go into is the starter ships.
Yep.
Work on those first, then work on your other ships. That is the way to success, I think.
That's the way to long-term success. They've got short-term success by... Yeah, go ahead, sure.
Well, what we have now, ship size-wise, and what we have, coming in a near enough pipeline with squadrons such as the Idris, cap ship-wise, that's more than enough to keep us going. We don't need that many more in the game and worked on right now.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for my Polaris, I would have been happy waiting. But yeah, focus on the starter ship. It makes a lot more sense, even business-wise, to work on the starter ships because that's your starting point for absolutely everyone. It makes sense from a programming standpoint because you start at the smallest stone and work your way up. But yeah, I don't know.
Yep. Where did he go? Did he finish again?
I don't know, man. He's the one who was all like, "Hey, you want to do this stream early so we could all just fuck off?" And we were like, "No, we don't want to do that.
Here's my worry.
You have to stay here and be dedicated to it." And he was all like, "Yeah, man, I'm here 110%. I won't let you down. I'll even wear stocks."
Here's my worry, though, is that I'm worried that making money takes precedence over a lot of things at CIG because from a money perspective, big ships make them more money. Big ships make them more money than small ships. Big ships are going to make a hell of a lot more money than redoing a ship that everyone already owns.
Yes, 100%.
But you're
right?
No, I know that part of it. That makes sense. But at some point that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point soon, they're going to need, if you're preparing for a 1.0 launch, you need to start preparing for a 1.0 launch, right? Yeah. You need to get those starter ships into good shape, or you're going to end up with people who come into the game, like you said, and go, wow, I can't do anything, and leave.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. And they'll never play it again.
Hey, Elwook, you are right. Normally we are after Astropub, but we haven't done a show in a couple weeks, and we wanted to do one last show before the end of the year, and this was the only time today that worked for us.
Yeah,
so
that's my fault. I'm sorry, folks.
So we went for it, and we apologize, but we wanted to do one last show before
whoa.
the end of the year, at least.
The Canadians apologize.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing.
Exactly. I don't want to take that from you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Also, I apologize for making you have to, clarify.
Your apology is accepted. Thank you.
10-minute recap. I'd go watch the YouTube. I've had 2 rants.
Oh my god. It's been an adventure, man.
It's been an adventure. It's also been a longer show. 2 hours instead of an hour and a half.
We can sum it up with 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Yep.
Monica Bellucci, most attractive woman on the entire planet. Second of all, of course, Only 2 melee damage.
I'm not gonna lie. I think maybe we were part of different shows because I don't remember anything about, old past their prime Italian ladies mentioned at all.
Look at the look on Chipper's face.
Past her prime, and she still looks better than anyone else on this fucking planet.
Oh, man. Well, we're gonna get shut down by Monica Bellucci.
I fucking hey,
David-
I would take that contact, any kind of contact, as long as he knows that I exist. I'll take that.
The Minister of the Treasury Board of Canada is going to get a call from Monica Bellucci. Be like, fire this dude.
Oh.
Like that woman will be past her prime 6 months after death.
Oh, man. So funny.
That's a long period after death. Anyway, is there anything in the last couple of weeks of Star Citizen news that we missed?
Well, we didn't talk that much about IE.
We
Polaris.
did. Polaris is a ship. It's got some guns. Who cares? No one cares about the Polaris.
I can't remember David.
Yes, Fast Cart raises
The narrator
the point.
just said, yes, they do.
We did see the news today that that Dad Lando has passed away, which is really unfortunate, and our thoughts go out to Disco and his family, because that's never easy. So
Yeah,
Sucks.
That's awful. I'm not sure you'll ever see this Disco, but I'm really sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a huge fan. A huge fan all the time, which is really cool.
Yep.
But, yeah.
that was a
Bad
sad note today, but
Mhm.
now I don't know.
Yeah, way to bring the mood down a bit. What's next?
So
Any free games this month?
I'm probably
What's that?
Any free games this month?
Free games? Lord of the Rings Return to Moria is free right now on EGS. It's fine. I think it's actually one of the lower quality survival games out there, but it's fun to be a dwarf for a little bit. And then I think next week, so like I think starting right before Christmas and then going after Christmas, there's Epic does their free game every day for 12 days or whatever, so keep an eye on that. I know you don't like Epic.
No,
but
not this year. They're doing a sale this year.
No, but they've got the free games too.
I thought it was just sale this year. Okay.
No, they're I think they're doing it. They've got the like free game with like Christmas ribbon in 4 days. So I think in 4 days they start their like.
I thought it was just a sale. Okay.
Yeah, bunch of free games. Elwook, I see you asking about Jake, and unfortunately right now we don't know anything. All we know is what was posted on I think it was on
Blue Sky and Twitter.
Blue Sky and Twitter, which is that Jake is no longer with CIG, which we don't know anything about, and we hope that Jake is okay right now, and we know that Jake said they're taking some time off the internet, so we're I don't know. I'm hoping that Jake's all right, and that's honestly all I really care about. But
yeah, I agree.
I hope that Jake is doing okay.
Fucking hell. Can we go somewhere,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
a bit more booby,
Shiver, come on,
apparently.
Shiver, you could do it.
More boobs.
More
boobs.
boobs. Huh.
You know what CIG actually really needs? Just as a
Boobs.
thought here, not just boobs. They need a camera.
Have you seen the freelance? Whichever.
They need a camera.
The dirt.
They need what?
A camera. One of the things I've really enjoyed playing Indiana Jones is you get a camera and you go around and there's just things you can take pictures of.
Oh no,
like a camera. Like
Yeah,
an actual
okay,
camera.
yeah.
There's just things you can take photographs of, like cats or the pyramids or a particular interesting skeleton. Like there's just stuff to take pictures of. And I think that Star Citizen would actually really benefit from that sort. Indiana Jones is excellent. Look, I cannot more highly recommend it. I think everyone should play it. It's also on Game Pass. It's also like a 15 to 20 hour game. So just buy a month of Game Pass, play it in a month, and you're done. You don't have to pay, $80 or whatever, because
15 to 20 hours, that's quite reasonable for the size of these games these days. That's not
I haven't even beat it, so I actually don't know. But
is that because you're a smooth criminal?
Yeah. Luke, the best thing to do with Game Pass is just subscribe once in a while, play the things that you need to play, and then cancel again. But I think for Star Citizen, it would actually be really interesting, and it could tie into science. You have to get pictures of the wildlife, right? Pictures of Copion, but not just a picture of Copion, right? CIG probably have a list of all of the different, animations.
Yeah.
Right? So
That'd
get
be
a
great.
picture of a Copion rolling around. Get a picture of a Copion eating something, right? Like all these different scenarios where you can get pictures of the animals doing different things based on the animations that you've coded for the game. And I also think that they should add in birds. And then getting pictures of the bird. Like that would be an easy addition to the game, because you've already got the creatures and the animations. You've already got to add them to have fauna. Add in the ability to capture them in photographs. Adds a lot for a lot of people. Yeah.
When we're taking pictures, I really want this to be a MobiGlass app, and I really want it to be like a really horrible version of the guy holding the iPad up. To take the picture. It's going to be you up with your arm like this in the big screen, and it's going to be...
Can I disagree? Because I want it to be an actual film camera, like an old time camera, and then I want you to be able to print out those pictures that you like and hang them up in your spaceship.
If we're doing this right, if they're going to have a photo mode that's full on like that, really go into it, and they need to go the whole hog. And there's nothing more I like to do on these trips outside when I'm appreciating the scenery than enjoy a nice Greg's, something like that. I find that Greg's freshly baked pastries fill that gap and that need when I'm out there just taking photographs, and perhaps a decent hot freshly baked sausage roll from their in-house bakery might serve you well. Or maybe you'd like to take one of their freshly delivered and made that day tikka sandwiches, but those of yours can all be yours for the taking for a very reasonable price. Greg's,
I think it's really interesting,
please.
Because the second you started talking, I was like, wait a second, this is Shiver's I'm doing an advertisement voice. And I could tell that you were doing an advertisement, because you were like that. There's just the way you
that professional bullshit level is I'll read your script. I'll make people think that I mean it. But I just want the paycheck at the end of the day. But I really do like Greg's though.
I think it's really important that everyone remembers that if you really want a good meal, you have to go to Harga's House of Ribs. Okay, Harga's House of Ribs has the best ribs, and I don't know if anyone's going to get this reference because it's a Discworld reference, but Harga's House of Ribs. You should really read Moving Pictures. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean, if you like stories being told to you rather than having them read, I know a place here on Twitch currently.
What's that?
Oh, what? Table of Horrors basically tells you a story with other people who are playing the parts, and all you have to do is come on over currently on Thursdays at 11:30 UTC, twitch.tv/Table of Horrors, and we'll tell you a horror story with vampires.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Are there any other creatures?
Lots of different creatures. There's
Do the vampires
werewolves and
sparkle?
ghosts and demons. No.
Are they 500 years old and hook up with a 16-year-old? Do they impregnate her and then have to claw their baby out of her because it will kill her if she gives birth to it?
No.
Okay. Those stories
That
are
sounds like a
fucked
better
up,
story
by the
then.
way. Those stories are fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Like, they are not good, like, child stories. They're like they're not good.
But then
for,
again,
like,
a lot of
young
if you
adult.
actually like read a lot of kids stories and kids shows, especially from back when we were young,
Oh
they're
yeah.
fairly horrific by and large.
Hey, LSP. Oh yeah. Yes,
Hey,
please go
LSP.
check out. Please go check out Table of Horrors, twitch.tv/Table of Horrors, where Shiver brings on some incredibly talented folk to tell stories and eat Harga's House of Hot Ribs made specially.
We're currently doing a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicles set in 1980s UK.
Oh yeah, perfect for Harga's House of Ribs.
You'll see Miss Hart's there. There's a connection with Star Citizen.
And also Harga's House of Hot Ribs.
If I could remember it, I'd put it in, but I won't remember that.
Harga's,
Someday I'm gonna
they're
read
the
Discworld.
ribbiest.
Someday I'm gonna read Discworld and be like, ah, right, that's what he was talking about.
I hope so. With that, we are now at the 2-hour point. We did 2 hours on Star Citizen today. We know we did it earlier, and we do apologize
We did
for
2
doing it
hours of a
early.
stream.
We did 2 hours of a stream. We did
We
about
did 40 minutes
14
on
minutes.
Star
We did 14 minutes on Star Citizen, but we did stream for 2 hours. So,
So, right, before we go, everyone needs to know the most important question. The Kara, crunchy or smooth?
Oh, smooth.
Eris, crunchy or smooth?
not even a question. Smooth.
Yeah, me too. Why do they still sell crunchy? Who eats it?
No one knows.
No idea. Crazy people.
Fast
Oh,
card.
fast card. apparently.
That's the answer.
I suppose I could see crunchy on something like a crumpet. A nice, well-toasted crumpet with some crunchy peanut butter on it. I could
The
do
best
that.
thing
That'd
to
be
go
quite
on a
nice.
crumpet is Cheese Whiz.
Think
Okay, I
we
think
have
you
to
need to turn
declare
the
war
stream
on
off
you now
now.
legally.
So, really want to say thank you, everyone. We did it a bit early this week. This is our last show of this year. We will return at some point in January once CRG are back for our 10-year streamiversary. But before we go, really want to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you are safe and fed and warm and happy and see loved ones, see semi-loved ones, see loved ones who are supposed to be loved ones, but let's be honest, really. And really just hope you have a good time. And love you all. Stay safe.
In 2025.
Eat Harrogate's House of Hot Ribs. Save the environment. Guillotines.
Nescafe, by the way, if you like really strong coffee, Nescafe Intense, 9 out of 10 flavor, really good. Instant coffee, reasonable price, flying off the shelves. You too can get yours now, and it goes really well with a Greg's sausage roll or steak bake. Nothing beats a Greg's sausage roll, freshly made out the oven every day.